is Ray Mahar. I am from Rochester, New York, and for a long, long time I've been involved in music. As a young kid, listening to all my favorite bands and artists and dreaming of being a musician and getting the chance to play out to crowds. Now it's become my full-time job with the Local Sound Collaborative. The Local Sound Collaborative is a music nonprofit in Rochester, New York. Started in April of 2022 with a mission of creating more opportunity for music to thrive and succeed in Rochester, New York.
So we do it in a bunch of different ways. The three main program areas right now are through artist outreach, through a grants program we run, where we give individual artists every year funds directly to their pocket. We do music education for kids, and we throw events that bring the community together.
I just want to say thank you again on behalf of our little team from the Local Sound Collaborative for being here. Thank you.
Buy some raffle tickets. Thanks for being here and being a part of building our better music community.
It started out as a conversation around my dining room table. A bunch of different musicians in the Rochester community. Around that table, the overlying theme there was it's really hard to make a living as a musician. From that conversation, we threw a giant fundraiser event over at Three Heads Brewing, raised $14,000 and launched something that became known as the Artist Grants Program. And so by doing that, we kind of started this whole wave and this whole movement. Now we teach individual lessons out of here as well. We have bands that rent out the space for practicing and rehearsal, artist workshops that happen once a month, teaching artists different skills. My favorite thing, and I think what everybody's trying to do more and more in Rochester, performance opportunities. Yeah, the Flower City Thaw Festival is trying to do a showcase of all these different acts in Rochester and highlight them at different venues. Every so often, my worlds of A Girl Named Genny and the Local Sound Collaborative come together, and so selfishly, I'm pretty excited for that. So A Girl Named Genny is the band that I started with a bunch of my best friends back in 2016. I always joke that forming a band is kind of like dating. You kind of get together and jam, and you don't want to get into a serious commitment right off the bat. Slowly all the pieces came together, and I vividly remember the moment where someone was like, "Are we in a band?" And I was like, "I think so. I don't know. Should we say it?" And then we did, and that's the biggest blessing, the most fun thing I get to do. I love the energy in a room when performing for a crowd of people.
Oh, Jesus. Why don't you come down and take a ride?
I think a large part of what the Local Sound Collaborative is about is finding financial opportunity, even if we all aren't going to be these multi-million-dollar musicians, these famous rock stars. The alternative shouldn't just be that, well, then you're living paycheck to paycheck. For us, we're entering year 3, and I feel like we've exited startup stage. We're at this point where the demand is high and our capacity needs to grow, and so we're figuring out, well, then how do we do that? The really fun part is that we still don't even know all of those ways that are out there. Yeah, it's hard to do, but I think that musicians are a creative and resilient bunch.
Why don't you come down and take a ride? All right, Rochester, how we feeling out there? Flower City Thaw Festival!